Zidane Danny, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Electro Ninja's Lab. In today's video, we are going to be talking about my first thoughts on Kingdom Hearts Dark Road. And yes, I am playing this while I am recording this video, so just be aware of that. But anyways, guys, welcome back to Electro Ninja's Lab. Just a quick little thing. I know this video is called My First Thoughts on Kingdom Hearts Dark Road, but in truth, it could be called Show Dark Road Some Love. And that's mostly because of the fact that this game is actually really surprisingly good. And it's odd to say that. This game is actually surprisingly well made, and I think a lot of people are going to be really excited to play this game. Even if you haven't yet downloaded Dark Road, I still think that you should give it a chance because the game is honestly an amazing game. Is it on par with the top 5 or top 6 Kingdom Hearts games? No. But keep in mind that when I'm saying the top games, I'm talking about the fact that the most, not just the most up-to-date games, but like every single version of the games as a whole. So, yeah. Like, is it going to beat Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, or 3? No. Is it going to beat Dream Drop Distance or Birth by Sleep when they went over to the PS4 or the PS3? No. Those 5 are honestly great games, and the same can also be said for 0.2, but I'm kind of counting that as also part of Kingdom Hearts 3, so it depends on how you want to look at it. But the important thing is that it beats out Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, as well as the original Chain of Memories. Well, I guess the only Chain of Memories, all of the Chain of Memories, just plain and simple. It beats out Coded. It beats out Days for gameplay. I'm sorry, but Days just, it's really hard to play on the DS, so that's why. And yeah, obviously it beats out a few others, but beats Union Cross. But let's actually talk about the game. So the first thing that you'll notice when you open the game is that Dark Road and Union Cross are still on the same game. Basically, you're able to play through the game as just plain simple, and you choose either Union Cross or Dream Drop or Dark Road. I mean, both of these, the fact that you can choose either one is actually really good on their part, because getting a second game when the two are pretty similar would honestly just be kind of annoying. As you can see, what I'm showing right now, is the actual title screen, as long as I actually remember to edit this thing. But yeah, the next thing is, currently I'm on the first episode. The game apparently has multiple episodes of many quests. I would actually suggest that you level up quite a bit and do a lot of grinding aside from just the main story, because of just how much you have to do. The main story is great and all, but there are definitely some problems, which is why you need to grind so much, and I do mean a lot. One of the reasons why, like I said, I am currently playing the game while I am recording this. By the time that you reach the 20th quest, you should be level 20. And that takes a lot longer than you'd expect. Okay, maybe you don't have to be level 20, but you should be a decently high level before you actually take on the 20th quest, which is what I'm currently on. I also have to say that I really love the armor designs that everyone has. You can actually look closely and you'll notice that um, Xehanort does actually have his armor that Xemnas has in that game, in um, Union Cross. Wait, no, not Union Cross, in 2, as well as the one that Xehanort has in Birth by Sleep, and and Ericus also has his armor. There are some slight differences that you can clearly see, but they are the same armors, which is honestly really cool. Which I do have to say is kind of interesting that Xehanort does have the nobody symbol on his chest. I don't understand why, but it's kind of cool. As for the armors of the other characters, it's actually kind of interesting because some of these are. I'm pretty sure that the blue one and the pink one were actually accessible in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. I think also the orange one, but I could be wrong about that. But I know for a fact that the green one wasn't. But these armors are actually pretty dang cool, and they do look very similar, but they also feel like they are their own designs. Even though they do look similar to the ones in Union Cross, they're not the same ones, which is honestly a fantastic option. I do wish that we could have seen what the Keyblade looked like when they became vehicles for each of these characters, but that will probably come later. Also, all of the characters have the same Keyblade, which basically looks like just the same Master's Defender, just a little bit weaker. But they also have certain aspects of them, such as their keychains, that are very reminiscent of the Starlight Keyblade, which honestly makes a lot of sense. As for actual gameplay, when choosing how to, when doing anything with the actual playing, most of what you're going to be doing is going to be on this screen, on the main screen. You can choose your quests, you can choose your characters, which I'll talk about in a bit. You can choose to do the events. You still have access to the presents. You have access to your menu. You have access to each of the worlds, which you can just slide your finger in order to choose them, which is really awesome. You can choose to go world battle, which is what you will be doing most of the time because you're going to need to grind. And then you have down at the bottom how you can all of your different options, which I will be showing off in just a bit. Obviously, first off, you have your party. You can choose any of the 4 other kids. Zane or Ericus are always going to be in your party, but you can choose to have Armand, Bragi, Erd, and Vor at any time. And it's really interesting because they actually sound like you're going into 2 different parties every time you go off in the story. But you can change it at any moment, which is honestly kind of weird, but it also makes some sense because of the fact that you're never really going to be doing anything else but the main story. It's kind of complicated, but yeah. Basically, here's what I would suggest, though, about all of these characters. First off, Xehanort is the only one that you completely customize, and I'll be talking more about him in a little bit. Ericus always will have attack boost. And as for the others, Armand, maybe you can have him if you're just battling and stuff, but I would not necessarily suggest him if you're doing quests. He can help you to do extra damage, but that's basically all that he does. Next is Bragi, who I haven't used him very much, but usually what I would suggest for him is if you're going into a quest that is kind of challenging, then obviously use that. Obviously use him. Erd has magic, so cool. If you want to do some extra damage, and you're facing off against a lot of fire types, like if you're going into Agrabah, honestly use Erd, because Erd can do a lot of damage to them. Um, and Vor, do not have Vor as your first character that you want to have with you when you're going in. She's honestly fine as a playable as an extra side character, but all she does is gives you a boost to magic. So until you actually get your own magic card, don't put her in your party. Once you do actually have some magic cards, absolutely I would suggest putting her into your party and just having her help you out with the grind. Other than that, it's fine. As for the main story, you are never going to talk to these guys in the main quest unless it's all together. And the story doesn't. That's mostly because of the fact that the story needs all of them in order to explain certain things. Obviously, certain times you will be talking to them, but a lot of the different conversations can happen in any possible way that you decide. Which, again, is an important thing to deal with for the story. When you first open the game, you are going to be asked to put your name. Obviously, I put my my same username as Union Cross, but the problem is that with that, you don't actually get to see your character, which is honestly a bit of a weird situation to me. I think that when you're seeing this whole thing play out, you should be seeing your character as they're going through their quest, because of the fact that these are memories from your character. Um, the weird thing is that I believe that the outfit that the character is wearing for me was the first outfit that I had. So maybe that makes some sense, but at the same time it doesn't. They really should work on that a little bit more and figure out how they're going to continue the story. Um, but they should see if they can fix that bug, if it is a bug, and actually have it be your current outfit would make the most sense. Not actually being the first outfit that you had, if that is actually what it is. I don't know for sure what the situation was there, or if it was just a blank character. So, yeah. As for what you can do in the main story, first off, there is the events. You're going to be wanting to do these. Every time that you get a silver key, make sure that you go in and do the quest key option. That will give you a ton of battle points, and it will be extremely helpful. Winning streak and the feat of strength, beginner mode, as well as the other feats of strength, wait on those because they take a long time and they're pretty challenging to actually do. So level up a bit before you do them. Winning streak, I believe the best level to do that would be 20. However, don't take my word on that. Because I still haven't done it yet. So just be aware of that. As for your stats, when you click on your stats segment down at the bottom, you will be met with this screen, which allows you to change your username. It allows you to change your ID. Or, no, wait, it doesn't let you change your ID. My bad. But it allows you to see your level, which, in order to level up, you have to click the little box that says to next level. That is not my current level. I'm actually, I believe, 15 at this point. I could be wrong, but by the time that you're seeing this, I should be level 15. So, yeah, if not higher. But every time that you basically have to spend your battle points in order to level up. Even though you will be, once you have the number of battle points you need, you will technically be that level, but it won't do it automatically, which I think is a bit of a downside, but it also makes a little bit of sense because of the fact that if you didn't have to do that, then you could literally just set your game to keep doing the thing until you're completely done, which, yeah, that's a bit weird, but you can still do that. You can also edit your deck, which currently there are 20. You can only have 25 cards, and you can only and you can use all of these cards, which is good. But the problem is that there are only 37 current cards, if I'm remembering this correctly. So you will have to so you don't necessarily have to worry too much right away, but once you actually get all of the cards, then really you should be keeping track of it. Um, or you have 25 cards that you're constantly using. It's complicated. I'm not going to go into it right now. But yeah. And you can click optimize, which is really easy, or you can click the change deck, which will make which you can edit it yourself, which is okay, but it's not the best. Next is your cards. As your every time you get cards, you will be given they will be put into your album. You can only have one card of each type, which makes a bit of sense, but yeah. Um, as you if you gain more though, it does boost the abilities of your normal cards, which is really awesome. As you can see in this one, I have a silver Shadow Heartless red, as well as silver Abu, both red and green, and silver um, cards red. There's a lot of other cards as well, and you can't see them all. But yeah, like I said, there's 37 cards, and you have to get all of them at some point. A few of them are pretty challenging to get, but not too hard. Next is your enemies. There are a total of 51 enemies, and I do suggest that you actually fight a lot of these. As you can see in my current situation, I have gold for uh, shadows, red nocturnes, and soldiers. There's a lot of other characters and stuff like that. I suggest trying to reach gold as quickly as you can. That means defeating 100 of each of that enemy. 1,000 of that enemy will give you the final thing, and that will be the best that you can possibly do for that enemy. You don't need to worry about it ever again. Basically, bronze is defeat 1, silver is 10, gold is 100, and the last one, which I haven't gotten yet on any of them, is 1,000. So, yeah. And remember, this is 51 characters, so you should defeat at least you want to defeat by the end of this game 51,000 Heartless in order to get the best possible situation right now. Basically, what you will get for the first 3 is HP for most of them. I haven't seen any other ways. And then the last one will give you a defense boost, which is honestly really good. Next up are your missions. You have many missions. First off, you have your beginner missions. This is currently the longest running mission. You have 90 days to get everything. And the ones that I haven't completed is getting up to level 15 and 20, which that's on this one, and then defeating 10 of those flame bodies or whatever they're called. The other ones are really easy to get. Honestly, you just need to level up a bit and grind, defeat monsters, which is not hard. A lot of these other ones, I'm not 100% certain on all of them. However, they are pretty freaking easy. You want to complete this as quickly as you can, especially because those gold tickets will help you with your shop. But we'll talk about that later. Next is your weekly mission. Basically, your whole goal with this is to defeat 5,000 enemies every single week, as this will max out everything for your weekly mission. And it's really easy, really quick, just do it. That's the simple fact. You want to get this done. And it's really easy to do. You can complete 100 in maybe 2 minutes. Like, in the time that I've been doing this video, I have defeated 279 Heartless. So, yeah. You can really get through this very fast. And the same goes for the monthly mission, which is not what this is. This is the premium mission, which you get stuff a lot faster, and it's weird, but you have to pay for it, so don't worry about it. I've apparently cleared everything if I could actually take these things, but I haven't unlocked the board, so I can't take it, which sucks. But this is also a weekly mission, but you have to pay for it each week. So, yeah. Basically, if you buy jewels or whatever, that's how this unlocks, as far as I'm aware. I haven't ever bought anything from Dark Road or Union Cross, so I don't know. But next is your monthly mission. The best way to do this is just grind. The first row will be completed by 1 week, but your whole total of enemies that you want to kill is 20,000 every month, so that you can get the green card as well as the gold ticket. Now, this currently says that there are 8 days left. That is because of the fact that this is a monthly thing. And since there are only 8 days left of June as of recording this video, and when I got this picture, that's why there's only 8 days left. So if you are still on the fence of getting this game, get the game now, because otherwise you are not going to be able to complete the monthly mission for June. So yeah, seriously, get this done, because it's actually really helpful. Like, all those battle points will make your dreams come true and help you level up very fast. So yeah, it's not the best thing ever, but it's really helpful. Next up is the event missions. This is why I said that you should try to do the event missions if you can. The events, quests, whatever they are, if you can. Due to the fact that this is actually really challenging to do, though, you don't have to do it. Basically, how this works is that the first 4, I believe, are actual just do the missions. But the others are defeating specific Heartless that are a bit rarer, and they're pretty challenging to take on. So if you can do these, then great, but it does require you to be at a higher level. So definitely try to do them, but don't worry too much if you can't. Next up is the shop. The shop has 3 things that you can buy using. 1, you can buy using your jewels. And that's how you get... this is just for cards. 1, you can use your jewels so that you can buy cards. 300 is 1, and 3,000 is 10, obviously. You also get a free card every single day, and if you use the golden tickets, 1 golden ticket equals 1 card. So seriously, that's why you want to work for those gold tickets, because they are really, really helpful in the long run. But you can also, from the shop, buy a lot of other items. Specifically, you can buy charms and quest keys. I do not necessarily suggest getting these, unless you absolutely feel like you need to. The charms are really helpful in certain situations, but they're not the most helpful. Basically, all they do is allow you to continue the fight. Due to the fact that they decided against requiring you to use jewels in order to, if you ever die, they decided to give you charms, which you will gain just randomly at times, as well as from the missions. So you'll get those no matter what, so don't worry too much about them. But as for quests, again, it's missions and stuff like that. These ones I would suggest maybe trying a little bit more, but only because of the fact that they're kind of hard to get, and you have a max of 10 each day. So if you can use it, then maybe do. There are other items in the shop, but most of them aren't that important. Apparently there will be something that you can buy with battle points. There's not too much to do with the jewels besides the keys and the charms. But your shop points, that is where you can get your extra cards. If for some reason you don't get all of your cards, then you can still get something from them, which is extremely helpful in the long run. That's pretty much everything for Kingdom Hearts Dark Road. The game is honestly great, and while I haven't completed it yet, I do feel like you guys should check it out. make your own decisions on it, and if you guys are interested in the game, then definitely let me know. If you guys are also playing Union Cross, then also let me know, because that's also kind of interesting. I want to know why people play Union Cross. Mostly for me, it's just for the story, but I'm curious if anyone actually enjoys the game. As for the gameplay of, uh, I should actually mention this. Like I said, there is an auto feature which will allow you to do the really hard grinds. But basically, all you have to do in order to do actual combat is either flick or tap, depending on what you are doing, what option you choose, and it will activate the cards. And you want to make sure that all of the cards are the same type if you can. Otherwise, just get the cards. Uh, if you want to change how you actually fight, then you click on the options and you can choose. It will also allow you to choose whether or not you auto use your charms. Uh, Honestly, just leave that off, I would suggest, as the only time that you're going to want to have it is if you're doing a hard grind, and that's weird to me that you would want to do that. Um, Basically, you want to do the rest of the gameplay yourself, even though it's not actually necessary. But it's still a fun process. The story is absolutely a fun bit of story, and I do suggest that you check out the game at some point. Um, I am looking forward to seeing exactly who these characters are and how much more we'll learn about them. Uh, Obviously, there are a lot of characters that we haven't yet met. Apparently, there's one more character in their class, as well as the fact that there's also 7 students that you're supposed to be saving that are upperclassmen. So that looks really interesting. So definitely let me know if you guys are excited for this, and if you are, then definitely leave a like, leave your thoughts and theories down in the comments below, and of course, if you enjoyed this and you want to see more and you're new, please subscribe and ring that notification bell. And if you want to support the channel even more, then definitely head down to the description and check out all of the links down there. But anyways, guys, I've been Electric Ninja, and I'll see you guys next time. But on!